Anytime that you want it, you're welcome.
Can we hear the story about this guitar?
Oof. All right, so
let's not get too deep into details.
Yeah, we're not gonna go into details, but a buddy of mine by the name of Zach Donegan.
Extracurricular activities.
If you mention beach to this boy, he's
going
gonna drop everything that he's doing and he's coming to the beach. Well, I was already down there. He called me to see what I was doing. I was drunk. I was like, man, I'm at the beach, Panama City. So he was like, bro, can I come? I'm like, yeah. So literally let him borrow a car to come down there because the Classic, RIP to the Classic, it would not make it. So I said, man, whatever you do, just bring your guitar. You don't have to pay for nothing. This boy gets down there with his guitar case, but no guitar.
We're good. I don't want this to stop because the story needs to happen. But let me tell you what was happening back in Tennessee when this was happening.
Oh man!
So I had a show booked with Zach Donegan.
Not this one. No, not this one.
Okay.
This is another Zach Panama City story.
We'll tell that story in a minute.
Okay, all right. You can go back to yours.
But so he gets there and he hauls me and I'm looking down. I see him. I get excited. Like I run down there and he throws a guitar case up on the car. And I pick it up. And boy, it's light. This is the world's lightest guitar. And I said, Zach, I was like, did you bring a guitar? He said, yeah, man, it's in your hand. I opened it up and I was brother in a guitar in there. I was like, how the hell you gonna play the case? So we just go out that night.
Guitar player.
Yeah. We go out that night. We go to the Tiki Bar, and it's definitely a Brent, Ray, and Zach night. Neither one of us remember what happened. I woke up on the balcony, half my body sunburnt because the sun hit my pasty skin, and so I wake up, and I'm still blackout. Sorry, Mom. And
Mary.
and I said, bro, we got to go find a guitar. Like, there's got to be a pawn shop or something. So we hit 2 or 3 pawn shops. And what I'd have given to bought one of them busted-ass guitars instead of what I bought. But we find this guitar store, man. And we walk in, and they got Taylors and Martins and all these beautiful guitars. Zach does a beautiful cover, and these people loved him. And I'm just sitting there in a pair of Chubbies and one of them things called Pachacos. Chaco. Yeah, them things. And, then all of a sudden, in my drunken stupor, I guess I see the ugliest blue guitar that you have ever seen in your entire life hanging on the wall. And I wanted it. And I was trying to Jew the guy down, and I finally said, hey, man, I tell you what, I'll buy this guitar. And I overpaid way too much for this thing. And I said, I'll buy this guitar on one condition. And this dude was like, what? This is the easiest sale he's ever made in his life. I said, I want a free kazoo. And needless to say, I left with a guitar that I couldn't play, but a damn kazoo that didn't even make it back to Tennessee because it got thrown out the window 45 minutes into the trip.
Let me give the people a visual of this guitar.
You ain't gotta do that.
It's like a Ford Festiva painted to look like a Cadillac. Am I wrong?
No, not at all. At one time, it had a coat hanger as a bridge, bro.
Dude, that guitar's been broken so many times, but it won't break all the way. It keeps coming back.
I feel like he wants to break it all the way just to forget the memories.
I literally was drunk and put my knee through the back of it in your living room, Todd, and it still survived.
I'm not the bluest. That's the bluest.
That's like the Moore Countyest bluest.
No, if you're typing a message, your send button is exactly what the color blue is on an iPhone. The send on an iPhone is the exact same color blue with a white pick guard. And I got it. They gave me a case that didn't even fit it.
They know what we're talking about. They're like,
look, my guitar's not ugly.
Quit hating on my guitar.
I love my guitar.
They make the same guitar in bright red.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Taylor Swift owned one when she was 12.
Hey, you might grow up to be a super pop star.
She probably did write half her songs about me.
No,
Jesus Christ.
They're all breakup songs.
I like Brett Bones sitting here.
I am definitely 100% good at messing shit up.
That's the truest of true statements I've ever heard.
Boy, howdy.
Look, man, I seen this dude kick this guitar, run it over, throw it out a window. Brett Bone, he had a leaf fall on his, and the headstock broke.
It's sitting over there.
And you can't fix it.
The headstock is completely off.
I see it.
Yeah, no strings, nothing.
No, man. Brent left that guitar at the
Hey, it
house.
was in a case.
That
For, like,
guitar
months.
has been to more houses, I think, than I have. It just travels.
I'm gonna have to buy that guitar.
It's like, hey, where's this guitar?
Brother,
Man,
you ain't gotta buy it.
We took
I
it
will give it to you. I will find you a picture of it right now.
Like, Brent, where's your guitar? Man, last time I saw it was a BMO's. Well, I think it's over here now.
I don't know how I got there. That boy can't do it. He's a grown ass man. That's what we call him, Elvis Marley. He can drive.
All right, let's get back to this Dave-A-Palooza.
Interrupted.
No, it's fine.
Y'all wanted me to talk? Now I'm wide open.
Let's see what happened. Asher, you've been around Dave-A-Palooza the past 2 years. I have too, but let's get your input on how it started.
Man, so last year, both years starting for a different reason. Last year, it started just because Dave wanted to have a party.
In COVID.
Yeah, we were like, COVID, where no one could really get together and have a good time. He was like, man, let's just have a small thing out at my house. We'll have some music. And it turned into Dave-A-Palooza,
yeah.
which it was Dave's Big Ding-a-Ling Spring Fling and Sing. It was going to be huge. Then it turned into Dave-A-Roo. And then we finally settled on Dave-A-Palooza. And he talked about doing it this year, but we were going to push it back to the end of the summer. And we have a buddy, Jason Beatty, that it's his birthday.
Yeah.
And he
Jason's
asked
cool,
Dave,
man.
he said, hey, Dave, you think your brother might want to come over? Dave-A-Palooza, the Dave from Dave-A-Palooza is my brother. But he said, man, you think your brother wants to come over with some of his friends and play some live music? And he was like, yeah, I'll get that set up. So he called me, and I was like, yeah, I'll get some buddies together. So, of course, me, Bryce, Brett, Justin Williams, we were all planning on being out there anyways. But then when Dave does things, you guys know him. He does
He's gotta
things
go big.
pretty
Dave goes
big.
Yeah.
It went from being like a backyard barbecue to a full festival within like a week span.
Right.
So, that's how it all really came about this year, was because old Jason Beatty wanted some music at his birthday. Now we got, I think, 6 different states showing up.
Yeah.
We got, everybody around here is already going to be there. Some of the
744, bro.
some of the coolest freaking artists around's going to be hanging out.
Your other
there.
brother's gonna hate us because we're gonna shut Iron Horse down that night, bro.
So, anybody that's listening, anytime that we do anything, I have like 57 brothers to start off with.
59.
There's 14 of you guys.
13.
13.
Realistically, there's 13 of us. I have
Okay,
8
13.
brothers and 4 sisters. So when I say my brother, it's probably one of my brothers. Well, my other brother owns a bar, pizza place. It's a pizza place
That serves beer.
that serves beer.
Cold beer.
Cold beer.
And so it's down on the square in my hometown. And anytime that we do anything outside of that, they're not busy at all. Actually, I heard they're talking about they might shut down that day just to be out there.
Well, honestly, why don't y'all see if they'll just... No, they don't have the food truck capabilities, so never mind.
Bring me pizza.
Brent Ray. Story behind Brent Ray and pizza. That's his girlfriend.
That's his girl.
I love it.
Story started, story ended. That's his girlfriend.
That's his girlfriend.
So what's
Pizza
it take?
and chicken wings.
What's it take, like, as far as getting artist, stage, place? Like, what's your process?
Man, this has been a real learning curve for us, really. We've always talked about wanting to do a festival, so I guess this was the best time to do it, is just having fun. When it started out, it was just supposed to be us in the backyard playing music. But then I reached out. Ryan Nelson is good friends with all of us, and we knew he would want to be a part of it. So when we reached out to him, he said he was down, and mentioned Job was going to be around, and I've been wanting to get Job down here for a while so he could see what we do down here. The type of person he is, I feel
That
like he
man's
would
a
enjoy it.
genius, dude.
Dude,
He's a
and he would
genius.
fit in perfect with
Yeah,
all of
yeah.
us.
Absolutely.
So I wanted to get him down, and then everybody down here listens to Gabe Lee, and he's one of my real good buddies too. So I was like, man, I got to get Gabe. Actually, I think Gabe may have been the first one I brought it up to.
Right.
And,
We played a revival together, and I think I brought it up to him. Or not
Gabe's a
played
genius
together. He was
too,
playing.
man.
I was up there hanging.
He's a genius too, man. Like,
He's a
There's a-
phenomenal songwriter.
a lot of people don't know around here what he's about, but
Well,
There's a lot of people
down here
around.
they do.
Yeah.
Down here he has a huge fan.
Oh,
base.
absolutely down here. I mean, he does down here, but the thing is like they have never seen him perform.
Yeah. You don't get a lot of
Right, you don't get a lot of that. You get
a lot
you
of
get,
live Gabe down here.
Right. I mean,
But
he-
around the world, people know it. I mean, like, he's very well known in the music industry.
Yeah, I mean, to me, he's one of the best. Ever since his Farmland album, I thought he was one of the best. I know he's gonna be award-winning, songwriter.
Songwriter at some point, and I hope it.
I mean, what sucks is he's a good performer.
Mm-hmm.
He is a good performer.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if we're going to just limit him to songwriting, that's going to pay his bills, and that may be all he wants. But I mean, he's a great performer too.
Mm-hmm. Hey, he's all around. I think he's just hands down a great artist in general.
Well, I feel like personally, there's not a bad artist on this list, man.
No.
And that's talking about you too, man.
I think the coolest, me personally, the coolest part of it is they're all my friends.
Yeah.
This is just going to be all of us getting to hang out. So I'm excited about that. But no, after finding the artist, to get back to the question of going through, putting it together, after finding the artist, that wasn't the hard part. The stage coming, it just all worked out, knowing the right people. The stage is coming from Sean Austin. Yeah,
he's
Connections.
a badass dude, man. He's always been such a great guy. Too.
Yeah, I mean, always hospitality. I mean, with him, when y'all go down to Alabama to play,
the outpour of love that we had for it was, we told people what we wanted to do, and honestly, it was kind of far-fetched in the beginning to think that we could have a full-on stage out there, to think that we're going to have over 50 campers out there, to think that we're going to have a VIP, a green room, places for the artists to chill. It really, I mean, you're looking at, if fully invested into it, I mean, you're looking up thousands, thousands and thousands that it would have took, but we just happen to know people that's in this area that does this type of thing. Well, not even because we got Alabama coming up. We got Iowa coming down,
Right.
Texas. So from Texas to Iowa,
Right.
people are coming in to help us. That was a real big eye-opener for me, was to know how much people really do care and how much people will go out of their way to help,
Honestly, and it just shows you that you're not just located, in a central area. I mean, you've got people from Iowa listening. You've got people from Texas listening. You've got
coast to coast.
Coast to coast, just listening to your music. I mean,
It's awesome.
that's
Hopefully my podcast will
Amazing.
get there one day.
It will, bud.
Oh, it will.
It will, bud.
Where-
You keep getting people in here like this, or just hanging out talking.
yeah. I mean,
Speaking
that's really what a podcast really needs to be, man. Just that was loud.
Thanks,
That was-
Brent.
Yeah.
You're so fun, bud.
Can't put-
What were you gonna say now that you interrupted?
That's how I do. So speaking of Iowa, shout out to Lock 12. We're going to be up there in a few months,
yeah,
so hopefully they hear this and they come down for
A few months. We're less than a month
the end
away,
of
man.
the end of the month, a few
We're
weeks.
just a couple weeks away.
We're a couple weeks away.
It's
That's gonna be wild.
That is
Bellevue, Iowa is home away from home for a
100%,
lot of musicians down here.
Yeah.
Hey, it's legit where I first actually got up into the full set without messing up. I mean, I was nervous as all get out, but I thank them for that. They kind of halfway cured the stage fright. So
no sense in being nervous, man. You're either gonna suck or you're gonna be good. So.
Well, no, you're gonna suck until you get good, and by that time, everybody like.
Yeah, if you suck and people still cheer you on, just keep
that
going.
first year was a rough one, and they cheered on. But
How
This
much
is the
whiskey
fourth.
did you have that
This
night?
is the fourth year we're going back, man. They keep having us back, so they gotta like it.
You must have done something right.
yeah, I mean, I didn't get to make the trip last year because of work and COVID, but this year I'm coming back with a vengeance. So hopefully Greg and Karen can get down here, maybe a short week notice, but maybe they can get down here for Dave-A-Palooza.
That'd be
That's
awesome.
I told them I was like, man, y'all gotta come down here for this one.
And they're the owners of Lock 12.
They
right?
are, yeah, great. Some of the best people.
Yeah.
Going up that way, I'd never been that far north, and I thought I was going to Yankee country, but W Iowa is literally
man.
like the South, man. Like,
The south of the north.
yeah,
Yeah,
100%,
South.
man. That's
It's
it.
Midwestern. Iowa wasn't even in the whole Yankee area. It's Midwestern, man. They grow corn. They
They still do.
Yeah,
I can vouch
that's,
for
that's
that.
what they do. They just grow corn.
I think y'all touched on Bryce. He was a corn farmer.
Yeah.
It's corn fed is what he said.
Yeah, corn fed.
And dude, he is.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, his daddy worked for John Deere for many years till he retired. So.
Dude, that guy, man,